Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you this really fun zombie look, and I thought it was a fun look because I saw that other gurus were starting to put up Halloween videos and I was like, I've been dying to do a zombie look. Just keep watching if you want to see how to look deliciously rotten and ghoulish and dead. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is moisturizer. Yeah, so just any moisturizer will do. Then what I'm going to do is take a standard tissue like this. This one has lotion. I would prefer it not have lotion, but that's the kind that I buy. So I'm going to take a tissue and separate the layers. And then I'm going to rip off some rough pieces with jagged edges. Don't leave any straight edges. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue those onto my face in areas where I want to look kind of crusty for my zombie look. So I'm going to take Lash Grip for that, and I don't really have a large mirror right now, so I'm going to do it with this tiny mirror. So I'm going to put a line of that. Yep. I really hate the smell of this stuff. Just kind of mash it in and kind of make it kind of gross in the texture. And if you decide you have too much, you can take it off, and then you can always apply more over top too. So I'm going to take off that last little bit because I think it's a little excessive for that area. And then I'm going to go over it with a little bit more glue. Alright, so I've got this tissue here on my face, and then we can decide on some other areas that we want to be kind of crusty. I think I want to look like I have a head injury, so I'm going to just do a little bit right on my forehead, or actually maybe on my temple. Just gonna spread that out a little bit. And I kind of want to look like when the zombie bit me, I hit my head, or as I was battling the zombie, as it was trying to bite me, I hit my head. So, and while we're letting that dry, we're gonna mix our foundation color because we want to look nice and sickly. I'm gonna take my Makeup Forever Flash Color Case, and I have all these crazy colors in here. And then this is going to be my base foundation, and this is my Revlon Color Stay. And I'm using this for two reasons. One is because I don't want this to look like cartoon zombies. I don't want to be flat green. But I also it stays really well, and this is kind of grease based, so it'll kind of help these colors stick to my skin better. So what I'm doing is I'm using the back of a brush because I don't have a spatula. And I'm going to scoop out some colors. And the first thing I'm going to take is some of this green color right here. I'm just going to place that, a little lump of that on the back of my hand. About that much. And then I'm going to take some yellow. So you want this to be really sickly looking. And sallow and pale. And then of course, can't have pale skin without white. So I add a nice big blob of white. And then I'm going to add my flesh colored base. So I have our big blob of foundation there, and then we're going to mix that all together. I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush. And I would really, sorry, tucking up my septum, not picking my nose. But I would really take this all over all exposed skin. Maybe not my arms and legs, or maybe I would kind of put mix a little bit of the green with some lotion to kind of give a sheer wash of green over the rest of my skin. But since this is for tutorial purposes and I have a real life that I have to attend to after this, I'm gonna not go as overboard on that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight a little bit, so I'm going to dip my brush into that white. So I'm just kind of stippling that in. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go into this brown color in my palette. I'm going to take a pretty healthy amount of that on another part of my hand. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this red color. And I would say 2 parts brown to 1 part red. And then I'm going to use this as a light wash over my eyelids. And we don't want to make this super even. Yeah, we want to make sure that we get this on the inner corners and under our eyes as well. I forgot to put foundation on my lips. I'll do that now. So we're looking deader already. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a like a 217 or anything fluffy. And I'm going to take this mysterious brown eyes palette. I said I'm going to make us look very mysterious. It's going to make us look very dead. So, and I'm going to take this like brown color, the one right there, and I'm just going to kind of run that through the inner part of my eye sockets and like the inner corner of my eye. So, it kind of makes our lips look dirty, and like settles into the cracks, makes them look really, really ashy to have this like brown color. And then what we'll do is we'll put a white over top of where we put that brown, and then that'll add to like the ashiness look. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some red to that like those textured areas. I'm gonna add some red and brown like I did for the eyes. So I'm just gonna make up that same color, but I'm gonna use the brush that I use for my foundation to apply it. And then I'm just gonna use stippling motions. I'm just gonna kind of apply that to my wounds, and I'm gonna apply that to our wounds first. Makes our skin look very decaying and kind of creepy. So we've got that kind of like, let me see if I can get closer. Got that kind of nasty texture going on. Then I'm gonna add some like more pure red right in the center, like as if that's where my skin was actually broke. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. Now what I want to do is just kind of contour my face so that I look even more like deathly and sick. And I'm going to use my this Sigma brush. It's the tapered highlighter brush, and I'm going to use Taco from oh my god, why am I blanking? Sugar Pill. I'm just going to go over where we put the creamy white on our cheeks, and then maybe we can do it down our nose as well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with this brown color, and I'm going to just take it kind of lightly. Actually, I might just use what was left over on my brush, and I'm just going to contour down my nose. And I'm just going to join that in with that hollowed out eye area. So, yeah, and it looks crazy right now, but I'm going to blend it out with the foundation brush. Oh, and then I'm going to go back with Taco, and I told you about this step and then I didn't do it. And make my lips really scrunched up. And get just that white stuff all over it. And then you have this kind of like cracked, gross look. The awesome thing about this makeup is that this is just the basis. And then you could like put eyeliner and glitter and fake lashes over top of it. I mean, obviously you don't want to do like an out to here smoky eye or something because you'll cover the deathly look, but it's cool because you can do with it whatever you want. Now I'm just going to do a little more contouring, and I'm going to do it in my cheek, the one that isn't like rotting off. I'm just going to add like some hollowness to that cheek so that everyone could tell just how dead I am. And obviously it's not going to be a huge stripe forever because I'm going to blend it out really well. And then I'm going to go in with another brown color. It's the one that's called Cafe Latte. And I've like been getting the color number mixed up, and I don't even know which one is right because I've been like going between two of them. So I don't even know which one is right, but so I'm not going to tell you, but they call it, if you go on the Sephora website, and I think also if you go on the Makeup Forever site, you will actually, they do have like word names and number names. I'm going to also put that some in my temples where I'm not wounded. And actually there's a little area at the back of my cheekbone that I can still contour out a little bit. And then now for me this is done. This is just my like base zombie look that you can turn into any kind of like zombie cheerleader, zombie whatever that you want to turn it into. So now all that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This one's from Bare Minerals. And then I'm going to take this powder that's far too light for my skin. It's kind of a translucent powder. And then I'm just going to powder like all over my skin just so that I look like really matte because yeah, I'm going for that matte look. Except don't powder your wounds. Powder around the wounds. That's the only thing that you don't really want to powder. So this is my finished zombie makeup. And let me know if you do any of the fun variation and post a video response if you try this look or if you have another cool suggestion for a zombie look. Bye!